Hello everyone, here's a quick update to the Universal EA or the UEA, both versions MT4 and MT5 versions. So here with the update, we've added many features to it, so let's get to it. So to install it, basically is the same thing. So you go into File and Open Data folder. If you on MT4, it will be the same, but this will say MQL4 instead of MQL5, and then you go in there and then you put it in there. You also come with a free indicator, so you put the indicator here. So let's take a look at the settings. So the new update has this is what you will have here. So we added TP1, TP2, TP3, and also whole Trent, and also Martingale. So we have it here. So you will be able to trade using these lot sizes. You can pick any lot size. For the lot size for TP1, you can change it to see however that you want to, and also a whole Trent. So you can set the lot sizes, you can set each one TP. And also, so if you want to trade the indicators that you have, so the first one, the free indicator that I have here is triple MA here, and as you can see, triple MA right here, and you need to make sure you enter it exactly as you see it on your indicators. The same name, you put in there, and also make sure you know what the buffers are for your indicator. The Universal EA will not work if the indicator does not have buffers. So again, if you're not sure what the buffers are, make sure you contact the developer for that indicator. So the buffers here, this one is set as you can see on the chart, and again you can add multiple indicators to create a signal, and then you can set your trailing stop, break even, and trailing stop, and also the days that you wanted to trade, and Friday what time you wanted to stop trading. So all these features that have been added, so you can feel confident when you're using it to trade, and it will help you turn any indicator into EA. So one of the also important thing in here is also to be able to use martingale here. So if it's set to true, that means you're only going to use TP1. So when it goes against you, this basically feature will be turned off. So it will use all the 3 TP and whole Trent unless you turn them off. So all these are set to true. So if you don't want to use them, you can turn all of them off. You can set each one of these, the lot sizes for it, or you can use the default. It's all up to you. So if you turn this to true, that means it's only using TP1 and is using lot 1. So let me explain that. So this means when this indicator gave me a signal, I entered the trade. So since it's supposed to go down, but price went up, so it took another trade. So as you can see, martingale kicked in, it took another trade, and then it went that way. So it closed with these 2 trades. That's why you see it have the same TP settings. But if it's turn on and if it hit TP when the trend was true, it went up and then it hit the TP, and that's it. So when it goes against you, and again, it's all based on your settings. So the default settings is if it goes against you, open the next trade in 10 pips. So if it goes against me 10 pips, the trade started here, and I didn't get my TP. It goes against me 10 pips, so I'm gonna jump into the next trade, and then it went my way, so I was able to close it. But you don't have to use these settings. By default, it's gonna be false, and you can always turn it to false. So, and as it continues to goes against you, it is going to increase the lot size, and the multiplier is right here. You can, if you don't want it to change, you can just change it to 1, because 1 times anything is the same anything. But if you wanted to increment the lot size as it goes against you, so when it close out, you close out with a big profit, you can do that. And also you can set the distance, how many pips before it opened the next level of trade. But if you're not sure on how to use this, you can just turn it off. The default is going to be false anyway. And if you just want 1 TP, make sure you turn all these off, and then you just use 1 TP. And then you can set your take profit, so how many pips that you want it. And then if you want to use points or pips, you can change it to whichever one that you want. And magic number, how many trades per signal. When a signal is given, how many trades do you want it to open? So if you want to open 1,000 or however many that you want, you can put that in there. And then but again, the universal EA works with indicators with buffers. So that's the main thing. The EA itself does not trade, does not do anything unless you give it an indicator where the feed is coming from. So again, you need to type in exactly as you see on your MT4 in the indicator. You see the same name that I have here, triple MA, UA, and I have the same here. And then you tell it what are the buffers for buy and sell. So if we go into this indicator and color, and then you can find what are the buy and sell for it. So with our indicators, we usually use the buffer 0 and 1 for it. So 0 for buy and 1 for sell. So one of the ways to find it is you can change the size of the arrow so you can see which one get bigger, because as you can see, I use white arrows, and then you can modify it. So the same, this are the settings. Make sure you know the buffers. Without the buffers, it's not going to work. Same for MT4. So we go to MT4. So as you can see, MT4 has a different indicator, trend direction, that we sell on our website, but it comes with universal EA for free. And so again, you can go into the color, and then you can see 0 and 1 for buy and sell. And when we go into the EA, we put all the same information. If you want to use this, you can use it or turn it off. And let's see, again here, the indicator that we're using is trend direction, and the buffer is for buy and sell. So this is the settings that are using. We have our TPs and everything set, your stop loss for your trade, whichever one that you want to use, you can use. So as the EA, when it get a signal, it enter into a buy. So everything is coming from the indicator. The indicator told it is a sell, and then it did a sell. So that's all what the universal EA does. It turns any indicator into EA. It will trade based on the indicator, and most importantly, the indicator has to have buffers. If it does not have buffers, it will not work. And always remember, you have to ask the developer whatever indicator that you're using, because we will not be able to test every indicator on the planet for you. So make sure the indicator has buffers. If you put it on there and it's not trading, that means it does not have buffers, or you're using the wrong values for it. So make sure you have the right values for the indicator to trade. So some indicators might have more numbers in there, but make sure you put the right values. So some of them might be 2, 3, 4, whatever values. Ours is 0 and 1. And you can see we're using the white arrows so you can see it easily. But it might not be easy with other indicators. But, so again, it will not work if the indicator does not have buffers. So this is the updated version of the universal EA. Thank you.